And now for the second big screen Bond adventure with From Russia with Love, released in 1963, 1 year after Dr. No. Then it begins like a title sequence, and then it has all the flashiness of a typical Bond opening. It only has the Bond theme, not the song that's written for it, although there is a song that's written for it. Now I have to say that Bond's early adventures become a bit more interconnected than you might think. Later ones were mostly standalones. Like this one opens with Bond with a woman named Sylvia Trench, who has actually appeared in the first film, and even mentions Bond's trip to Jamaica. Now, earlier Sean Connery Bond films are very heavy on plot as well, and I think it would just help if I just tried to explain the plot on this one. Now, I forgot to mention when I was talking about Dr. No that Dr. No worked for this organization called SPECTRE, which stands for Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, and Extortion. Now, the head of SPECTRE is some guy with a cat whose face is never shown, at least in this film. He's upset that Dr. No is dead, and he sets a trap for Bond. Bond is then assigned to pick up a consulate named Tatiana Romanova, who has access to a Lecter cryptography device, which SPECTRE and Britain both want. A SPECTRE operative named Rosa Klebb sets up this trap, along with deadly agent Donald Grant, to kill Bond later. Now, before Bond leaves for his mission, Q shows up in his first appearance, giving him the special booby-trapped briefcase. Bond then meets Tatiana at his hotel suite, and their intimate time is being taped by Klebb and Grant for use in a bigger plan. Since Tatiana knows the consulate, Bond steals the Lecter and escapes on the Orient Express with Tatiana, who appears to be very much in love with Bond, unless she's just using him. Grant then meets with Bond, claiming to be his contact and will help him escape. What he really wants to do is kill Tatiana and Bond, and then use the film he took earlier as blackmail for British intelligence. Bond finally uses the Chekhov suitcase that Q gave him and overpowers and kills Grant. Bond and Tatiana then leave the train, but they are tailed by SPECTRE agents. This has two great fight scenes, one that's in a helicopter that looks very good, and then another with boats that looks even better with some exploding barrels of fuel. Some of the effects look dated, but the scenes are actually pretty cool. But Bond hasn't escaped yet, as Klebb comes to take revenge. She has this retractable blade in her shoe with poison, and she hopes to kill Bond and take back the coding device. It's actually Tatiana who saves Bond's life, and I believe that Bond has been very unsure as far as what side she's been on to begin with. So, like the last film, this ends with Bond and his Bond babe in a boat. In this case, he's on a gondola in Venice, and he just drops a blackmail film in the water. I gotta admit, this is a Bond with a lot of intrigue, with more emphasis on plot and not action or violence. I'm not sure if this is the first film that does this, but the credits actually say James Bond will return in Goldfinger, which sets the formula for a lot of Bond films in the future. But what did you think of From Russia with Love? Did you like it? Leave a comment here.